Every day, a silent ocean of capital moves across the globe at speeds completely imperceptible to the human eye. We have handed the reins of the global economy over to automated algorithms. These systems buy, sell, and leverage billions of dollars in fractions of a second, entirely without human intervention. Yet, despite the staggering volume and velocity of this infrastructure, the computational brain driving these decisions is surprisingly rigid. Our modern financial rackets, systems that dictate the economic health of entire nations, are resting on a foundation that is completely incapable of processing nuance. This decision tree illustrates the core constraint of modern computing: binary logic. When complex financial data hits an algorithm, the machine must sort that data into one of two buckets. It must proceed, a state of +1, or refuse, a state of -1. When the market behaves predictably, that works. But when data is ambiguous or a sudden anomaly strikes, the machine lacks any mechanism to say, "I don't know." Confronted with uncertainty, it is forced to guess. Currently, regulators manage this risk through post hoc reporting. The algorithm acts, the economic damage occurs at the speed of light, and months later, human compliance officers file a suspicious activity report about what went wrong. Relying on a system where machines flip a coin with global wealth and humans clean up the wreckage years later is an architectural failure. The solution to this failure stems from the work of Lev Goukassian. Following a stage 4 cancer diagnosis, he experienced a period of terminal clarity, which he channeled into resolving the epistemic crisis of automated systems. He formalized this into a mandate known as the Goukassian Vow: pause when truth is uncertain, refuse when harm is clear, proceed where truth is. This is an engineering schematic. As this diagram shows, it introduces ternary logic, creating a third, central path. This is the sacred zero, the epistemic hold. Look at the left side of this schematic. It operates on a dual-lane architecture. The standard algorithm processes data at high speed in the blue lane. Running parallel is a governance lane, evaluating proposed actions for ethical integrity before crossing the execution threshold. By introducing a mathematically enforced state for hesitation, the machine is stripped of its ability to blindly guess. Software policies alone cannot guarantee compliance. Code can be bypassed, updated with silent overrides, or simply ignored during periods of high market stress. This diagram of the delay-insensitive ternary logic substrate shows governance moving into physical hardware. Hesitation is built directly into circuitry. The epistemic hold is an electrical reality, a voltage drop that physically pauses energy flow until legitimacy is satisfied. This equation outlines the 50-millisecond constitutional gate. A hardware security module must issue a provisional permission token, a literal cryptographic key, before the gate will physically unlock. The absolute rule of this framework is simple: no log equals no action. Executing a trade without verified certainty isn't a policy violation. It requires violating the laws of physics itself. This is how you ensure a machine obeys the law, even without human oversight. Critics often dismiss systems demanding perfect accountability as utopian pipe dreams. But as Goukassian noted, transparency without accountability is a window without walls. You need the structure to hold both. Under our current financial architecture, power executes first. The algorithm acts, and the evidentiary record is assembled much later, if at all. This interface visualizes the resulting decision logs, showing how ternary logic reverses that timeline. Verifiable evidence, the cryptographically hashed reason for the decision, must exist before the action is authorized. We move away from investigating financial crimes after the fact and toward an infrastructure that structurally prevents them from executing in the first place. Hidden within the documentation files of the framework's open-source repository was a single photograph taken in August of 2025. Today, that image of Lev and his dog sits in a public reading room in a Santa Monica library. It serves as a quiet testament to a constitutional framework designed to outlive its creator. Human civilization may eventually discover that its greatest technological advancement was not faster execution, but the invention of formally protected hesitation. We don't need to figure out how to trust a machine's morals. We simply have to build an architecture that physically refuses to let it act without them.